What is up, everybody? Welcome to some Dwarf Fortress. We've got some. I'm doing this one before work, so this may be a little bit of a shorter video. But I did remember. I forgot that we did not build a kitchen or a still. So we're gonna go to B to build and hit W for workshop. Then we're gonna go down to kitchen is Z, and let's go over here and let's put the kitchen right here. And then I like to build the kitchen out of something nice. Let's build it out of some peach wood logs. Yeah, that sounds good. Hit that, and so then, if you remember from last time, let's go and connect Dwarf Fortress, Dwarf Therapist. We made our master chef. That was one of our new immigrants. We made our master chef have cooking, so he's going to come in there and start building that kitchen once we hit on pause. We should see him here in a second. Go grab some of that peach wood. I think yeah, there he is. He's running across the dining hall and running into the corner. Yep, there he goes. And we're going to go B, W, and I think it's L for steel. Yep. A still is basically a distillery, and we're going to make alcohol out of stuff. So we're going to hit enter, and I think some cedar. Yeah, a brewery with some cedar logs in it. Yeah, that'd look pretty good. That's the fun part in the game, is picking out little stuff like that. So our little dwarf's going to grab that cedar wood and is going to build us a nice little cedar distillery right there. And then that way we're going to be able to get our food industry and our drink industry up. One thing you do want to do is hit Z for status. We're going to hit the right key button to go over to kitchen. And then I'm going to show you how to get an accurate number. But with those plump helmets, what we're actually going to do is we're going to hit C to disallow cooking, because when you cook it, it's going to destroy the seeds. So they can still brew it, but you're going to disallow plump helmets. That way, the dwarfs are always eating raw plump helmets. You're always going to get the seeds from that, and then the seeds will go back to the farmer, so we can keep that plump helmet cycle going. If you don't, if you get your chef in there and he starts cooking, you're going to kill all of those seeds, basically. So that's kind of what happens on that one. Eventually you'll run out of seeds, and you're like, what's going on? Why is my farmer not planting? He's like, well, we don't have any seeds because everyone cooked them. So basically hit the C button to toggle cooking, and it'll turn it off. And let's say we didn't want our brewmaster to start brewing this. You hit B to turn off brewing. So when it's red like that, that means it's turned off. But with brewing them, I'm pretty sure you get the seeds from brewing them. So now that we've got that set up, we're going to go and exit out right there. Hit the pause button real quick. So we built a kitchen, built a distillery. Now we need to build a manager's office. Where do we want to build this? I think, where would be a good spot? This is the fun part to Dwarf Fortress. You just kind of do whatever you want, man. This looks like a nice little nook and cranny right here. Yeah, I thought we'll make this the manager's office right here. Okay, so we're going to dig in right here. Actually, we go to D for designation, hit D for mine. So we're going to do that little tab right there. Go right here. And go right there. Yeah, and they're going to carve it out. So this is going to be his office right here. I'm actually going to hit X to remove this designation. And that way, this will be his little office right here, and this will be his bedroom. Because eventually he's going to be the leader of the fort. And so he'll want his own bedroom and his very own office. While we're doing that, let's go over to Q. Let's go to the Mason's Workshop. Make sure there's a chair and make sure there's a table. Let's go over to the Carpenter's Workshop, add a bed. And then also at the Mason's Shop, I'm going to show you how to set up dwarf's rooms later, but each dwarf's room needs at least like a cabinet and a coffer. So we're going to go A to add a new task. We're going to go down to H for coffer. And then we're going to add a cabinet, which is going to be F. So basically this throne, chair, table, this cabinet, coffer, table, and throne are going to go into our manager's office, or our manager's bedroom, and then, yeah, we'll go and queue up another coffer and another cabinet. Oops. H, and then F. Yeah, and then we'll put 1 and 1 in each one. There we go. Okay, so we got our minor dwarf clearing that out right there. And so basically we're building an office for our manager. As soon as we go in there and assign him to the manager of the fort, and I'll show you how to do that, what he'll do is he'll go in there and just lock himself in his room and make sure we have the cleanest inventory count we can. And then after we get this up and running, oh, do we have any doors? Let me see. Yeah, we do have some doors. Okay, so I'll put a door right here. We have 3 left. Hit D again to build another door, and we're going to put it right there. That way we can make that zone his office, and then his bedroom that zone too. And then our mason should be busy in the mason shop unless he's hauling some stuff around. Yeah, I can see him carrying the little rock right there. Okay, so let's go to B and then C for chair. Hit it right there. Hit T for table. So they're going to come put that in there. We need to go to Z. No, actually, I think it's N for nobles. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go down to manager. I'm pretty sure that's it. We're going to leave Jolt. We're going to go down to the broker and make Jolt the broker. And the bookkeeper, we're going to make Jolt the bookkeeper. Now, under the bookkeeper settings, we're going to hit S for settings and make sure you're on bookkeeper. We want the highest precision. So that means, because if you lowest precision, it'd be like, hey Steve, how many bananas do we have in the kitchen? 5 or 100, somewhere in there. So basically, setting the highest precision, we're going to make sure, hey, I want you to give us the highest count possible. So we're going to tag that as the highest precision possible. Hit back. And the way we got to the screen, a little reminder is hit the N button and you use the plus and minus button on your keypad to scroll up and down like this. Or actually use it. So it goes between plus and minus and up and down. So if something's not, you can't scroll like that, just hit up or down or the plus or minus key. And so we made, basically, we made Jolt the manager, the broker, and the bookkeeper. The broker's going to go, when we have somebody come to trade, he's going to go there and make sure that we're not getting screwed. One time, one of my managers got killed somehow, and like Billy Bob went to go trade, and he like was trying to give away he's trying to like give away a PlayStation 4 for a Snickers bar, and he's like, all right, that was a good deal, let's shake on it. I mean, like, it was just, it's good to have a good broker. You definitely want a broker, and then a manager. And then as far as the militia commander, the sheriff, hammer, and the chief medical dwarf, we're not going to build a hospital yet, so I'm not going to assign it, but he's the expedition leader, so we're going to hit exit. And so they're installing that right there. So we're going to hit Q because we need to make this his office. See where it says R in the top right, make room, throne room or study? Hit R. We're going to size the room, and it's already sized right there. Hit enter. And we're going to assign the chair, and we're going to go down to Jolt. So that's going to be his office. We can make it his own little dining room. We're okay. So we're going to B for bed. Or we're going to hit B to build and then B for bed because we need to build him a little room right here. Because these, like, dwarfs are, like, the best thing to think about Dwarf Fortress is whenever you're playing this, they're like, they're very needy. Like, when we make our Jolt the manager, like, he's like, where is my office? I'm a manager. Where is my bedroom? I'm not sleeping in a dormitory. Like, they're very needy dwarfs, so it's just always funny to that. But, like, anytime they kind of rank up in highness, they have certain requirements. So we definitely need to build him his own little room. So we're going to build let's go for a cedar bed. That sounds pretty good. Build a cedar bed. Have we built any cotton? We haven't built the coffers yet. Let's go over to the mason. There, he's building it right now. And another reason why we made the little dwarf the manager is, actually, excuse me, one second. One of the reasons why we made him a manager is because let's say we're on the main level and we're doing something with the animals and we need to build some more beds or we need to build some more barrels. So with the manager's option, what you can do is you can hit J for jobs, and then you can hit M for manager and hit Q to queue up a new work order. So let's say we need to build beds. So type BED, construct bed. You'd hit enter and you would tell how many, and then it would get done. So you don't have to go all the way back to the carpenter's spot to queue up the beds. You don't have to go all the way to mason shop to queue up stuff. You can have your jeweler start cutting up stuff. I mean, basically, it's a lot easier to get stuff done like really quickly. And you can see all of your tasks laid out before you. So I think we have a cabinet and a coffer done. So let's go B to build and go C for coffer. No, excuse me. Where is it? I think it's F. F for cabinet. Okay, so we're going to give him a little cabinet in the office. And H for coffer. Alright, so they're going to come in there and put the cabinet in the coffer. I think the coffer is kind of like a chest you'd have at the end of your bed. And then the cabinet is where they keep their clothes. And you can see, I'm going to pause it real quick. You can see my mouse in the middle. This is our little manager dwarf Jolt. He is in the room making sure all the inventory counts are accurate. So that's what he's doing right now. Good. We want an accurate count. It's always good. And then once our masons get done with that last little cabinet and that last little coffer, I think I saw one of them. Let's build a little... No, it hasn't been put in the stockpile yet. But I see it in the stockpile. Let's go B and then H. Yeah, there we go. Sandstone coffer. There we go. And the fun thing, we're in like sandstone, so that sandstone kind of looks like mud. the cool thing about Dwarf Fortress is once you get your fort up and running, you can kind of dig down deeper and there's nicer, prettier rock. So you can get into a spot to where you can have like all, um, like what is it? You can have like all like green rock furniture and stuff like that. I mean, it's a pretty cool little game. Sorry about that. My wife had texted me. But yeah, so he's getting the highest count possible right now. Let's go to B to build, and then F for that cabinet because I know he's done it now. Boom, there we go. So we'll get that built right there. What else do we want to do? Since we have like 3 or 4 idlers. Oh, I'll show you how to assign a bedroom. So we're gonna go to Q. We're gonna go to the bed right here. We're gonna hit R to make bedroom. We're gonna hit the plus button to size it out to the max right there. Then hit Enter. Then we're gonna hit A to assign bed, and then we're gonna go down to Jolt. So now only Jolt's gonna come in here and sleep. That's his bedroom. He's got a cabinet. He's got a coffer, and he's happy. Actually, I'm gonna have some fun. Okay, so we're gonna go to the masons. We're gonna hit A to add a new task, and we're gonna hit U to build a statue, and we're gonna build 4 of those. So our mason's gonna build statues, and the cool thing about Dwarf Fortress is the mason will go build statues for you, and it'll be stuff from their homeland. It'll be stuff like you hit Q to look at the excuse me, you hit Q to look at the description of the statue, and it'll be like, "This is the day that Jolt became the leader of the Dwarf Fortress." I mean, it's just like it's really cool stuff like that. Okay, so while he's building those statues, because I definitely want my manager's office to look really good, we're gonna go up here and kind of make our pin pasture a little bit bigger. So we're gonna hit I for zones. We're gonna make another one since we have so many grazing animals. We're gonna go up right here, hit N to make it a pasture, and hit capital N to set the parameters. So we're going to put that baby llama in there, that cow, the donkey. There we go. So I think that's all the animals that are in there. Yeah, and I'm actually going to shift over, hit exit to be done. I'm going to shift over to this zone right here, and we're going to go down and take away the goats, the yak, and the camel. Okay, because we need a bigger, like eventually, if you get to a spot to where let me see, you need to add the goat, not the turkeys. There we go. Yeah, if you have too small of a pasture, eventually the animals are going to eat all that grass right there, and then they'll starve. So sorry, my wife's texting me again. But yeah, so we're going to make that pasture. They're going to move all those animals right there just because we don't want them to die. We're definitely going to hold on to the goats. We may end up slaughtering the camel and the yak just because they're going to eat so much, and then we can have our chef kind of make some really cool stuff with it. But I wonder if our manager's still done. No, he's still in there counting. Let's see if those statues are done. Oh yeah, I see 2 of them right there. Okay, so we're going to go to B and hit S to place statue. B is build, S is statue, so we're going to hit enter, place a statue right there. Hit S to build another statue. And then we'll see what those statues are, and then I think this will be a little bit shorter video, about 15 minutes, just because I forgot that I mentioned the kitchen and the distillery last time, and I didn't do anything with it. So I wanted to at least build that and get a manager's office up and running. And then, okay, let's see if they built the other statues. Okay, let's put a statue in his bedroom. And let's hit Q to go to description and look at the statue. Or I think, oh, and I'm sorry, I just realized I had the TV on, so I'm sorry, guys, if, oh, hit K to view description. Okay, there we go. I know there's a way you can look at the statue. What is it, man? K, because K is look. Huh. I don't know. Usually you could look. I know if you engrave the wall, you can look at it. So I guess we can't tell what that statue is. I thought you normally could. Yeah, I guess you can't look at it. Maybe I dreamed that up or something, but it still has fun. It's fun looking, building having the statues in there. Because what'll happen is your dwarf really lacks. We hit B and has to build another statue to put in his bedroom. The dwarfs just love statues and stuff like that. Like you can on hit the Q settings, and you can go to R to make it a sculpture garden. So you can make like all these statues, and your dwarfs will go there to like hang out. So that's like another thing that you can do to have like fun with your little dwarfs. Build a little statue garden, and they'll be like, "Oh, this is nice." Like you'll go into their thoughts and preferences, and they'll be like, "Oh, we looked at some nice statues today." So that's always funny. But I think, yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video. We got the kitchen built. We got the distillery built. We built a manager's office. I showed you how to disallow plump helmets for cooking so you can get your brewing and your farming industry up and going. We got the manager's office. We got set the broker. Once he gets done counting, actually, let's try it out. We're going to go to J for jobs, and then we're going to hit M to go to manager. We're going to hit Q to go to order, and let's type in bed. So we're going to construct bed. We're going to hit enter. Let's hit just 5 beds. And then now, I think we should see our carpenter run over to the carpenter shop and start building a bed. There he goes. So now that's a lot easier than, like, let's say we're all the way up top, trying to get the animals corralled or something came. Ooh, there's some wild boars over there. Let's see. Yeah, you can capture those. But let's say we're up top. So you hit J and then M for manager, Q new order, and then type in whatever you need to do, and then you can get those dwarf shops to do it. But yes, this is going to be it for the video. I'm not sure what we'll do next video. But yeah, I'll definitely cover it. Alright, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.